We are live with Arena Merkulova over in Israel. She's on the front lines of the battle there in Israel. We're going to bring some updates to you with her in just a moment, but before we bring her on, I just want to remind you, like this video, share it out with your friends, your family, your neighbors. Get this into their hands because they're not getting the truth when they look at mainstream media. So important to get these kind of videos into their hands. Also, if you would, go over to ourwatch.com, subscribe there, become one of our watchmen, so that way you can get good, solid, truthful information, and that way you can be activated to do all sorts of good in the world. We need to know the truth. So to bring some truth to us today, we've got Arena Merkulova, like I said, over in Israel. Arena, thank you for joining us.
Hi, thank you for having me.
So just briefly for our audience that may not have seen you yet, just if you could tell us just quickly your story. Why are you over there in Israel?
So I served in the IDF as a volunteer when I was 18 years old. I served my 3 years. I was one of the first female snipers in the IDF. And then I went back home. And then when the war broke out, I decided to come and join my reserve service.
So when you say you went back home, you're talking about in America?
The U.S., yes.
Yeah, so you left the U.S. to go back to Israel to join the fight. What a noble thing for you to do. Glad that you're over there doing that. Sorry that you have to be doing it. This is terrible what's happening there in Israel. Can you give us an update of what's going on?
Well, right now we're in the middle of a ceasefire, and we are doing hostage negotiations. And Hamas, of course, is doing whatever they can to prolong the ceasefire. We're very happy that people are coming home, that some of the hostages are coming home. However, a ceasefire on a military level isn't always very good because it allows Hamas to gain a little bit of strength and strategize, and it gives them a little bit of a break that they wouldn't have had otherwise. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword. But we're very happy to have the hostages back. We're getting like 13, 10 trickling in every day.
That's good. Good news for sure. You talk about how it gives them a time to kind of, prepare for what's coming next. Of course, Israel's preparing as well. I know you're preparing. You've been trying to raise funds for your unit. Can you talk to us about that?
Yeah, so because we recruited so many people for this war, there isn't enough tactical equipment to go around. So we've kind of taken it into our own hands to start raising money to buy tactical equipment. There are a lot of donations coming in. There's tactical equipment that you can buy. It's just a matter of can the unit afford to do it or not. And so one of the things that I'm doing is I'm trying to raise money. I have a fundraiser going on right now to hopefully help get some vests, some helmets for some of the people that really need them here.
Well, I want to let you know, so we brought you on the program here a couple weeks ago, and you had mentioned that you're raising the funds, and I want to just let you know that somebody had reached out to me and said what they want to do is anonymously give to your unit $10,000.
That is amazing. Actually, that's really great. That's actually going to be super helpful. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, when this person called and said they wanted us to do this anonymously, but wanted to make sure you guys got that money, I was so excited to get you back on the program and let you know that that's the case.
Awesome.
So we'll be sending that over to you. And I just want to encourage everybody that is tuned in and watching this. It's so important that we support Israel. If you are like me, you're a Bible-believing Christian, you know from Genesis chapter 12, verse 3, that we should be blessing Israel and that God is going to bless the people that bless Israel. And the other end of that is equally true is God will curse the people who curse Israel. So, we've got an opportunity to be on the side of blessing here. So important to do that. And so huge blessing to know that somebody stepped up to give in that way. And I know that person and their family is going to receive a great blessing from the Lord because the Lord promised that he would do that. So we'll get that over to you, but I want to encourage everybody that's tuned in to donate to that as well. Give us, if you would, just a sense of the morale right now. That you said that there's a ceasefire going on, but there's got to be something going on, some sort of talk amongst the troops. What's the morale like?
We're trying to stay strong morale-wise. I mean, a ceasefire isn't on a military level, it's not always ideal. And so we're preparing ourselves for any kind of surprise attack from Hamas any day to restart the gunfire. So we're trying to be very careful, and we're trying to take all possible precautions.
One of the things that we do as Christians, we pray for the peace of Jerusalem. It's so important to be praying for people like you that are out there in this fight. What are some of the prayer requests that you and your unit have? How can we be praying for you?
Just that we stay safe and less soldiers die. We've had a lot of soldiers die in this war so far, so it's not just the people that were murdered. I've gone through a couple of the settlements that were attacked, and the things that I have seen are extraordinarily brutal. Nothing like I've ever seen before. And I know that the IDF created like a 45-minute video that they've shown select few press people and world leaders. And I've heard that that is also extraordinarily brutal about what happened in these settlements to these people. And so we pray, and we hope that other people out there are praying as well, that we stay safe, that Israel succeeds in destroying Hamas as much as possible, and that as many soldiers as possible get to come home.
Yeah, any sense of how long this war is going to drag out?
No, it all depends on what happens next. It all depends on what happens after the ceasefire, after we get, how many hostages are we going to get? The deal is for 50, but there's still so many others that are left in there that we can't leave behind. And then what's going to happen in the north? What's going to happen on the border of Lebanon? If they open up a second front there, the war could drag out for a very long time. So there's really no way to tell.
Well, I'll tell you this. We're going to be praying for you, your entire unit. We're grateful that you're doing what you're doing, and sad that you have to do it, but grateful that you're doing it. So, Arena Merkulova, I want to thank you for coming on the program again. Thank you for all you're doing. We're going to pray for you. We're going to pray for the peace of Jerusalem, and we'll see what God does next. So, again, thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, and I want to thank you all for tuning in. Again, if you want to donate to Arena Merkulova's unit there, you can always reach out to us here at Our Watch. Just go send an email to info@ourwatch.com. Love to have you be a part of Blessing Israel. Also, please share this video out with your friends, your family, your neighbors. Get over to ourwatch.com, subscribe, become a watchman, so that way you can get the truth of what's happening in the world. So God bless you. We'll see you next time right here on Our Watch with Tim Thompson.